Hi and welcome to the Lincoln Overview. We're going to start off with the key first. The first button is to unlock the car. The second one to lock the car, while pressing the button twice will activate the Find My Car function. I can activate a remote system. Clicking twice will open the trunk, while the last button, typical for American cars, functions as a panic alarm button. So let's get started, peeps. We'll unlock the car first, and we're going to open the door and close it again. A stunning welcome animation immediately pops up in the instrument cluster and in the head unit. So let's watch that for a second before we continue. So let's press the start and stop button. We receive a welcome message in the head unit. The radio and the entire system are activated. As always, we're going to take a closer look at the instrument cluster first. The instrument cluster is entirely digital and can be controlled by using the right side of the steering wheel. We're now looking at the basic car view. If I push the button downwards, we receive information about a car, about recent trips, energy consumption, tire pressure, as well as trailer info. I can access 5 more menu features by using the buttons further down on the right side of the steering wheel. If a phone is connected, I can use the control and the IC to start or end phone calls from different lists. In addition, we can select different audio sources such as AM radio stations, FM radio stations, Sirius, which means different satellite channels, or our own devices, for example CD, Bluetooth, or up to 2 USB devices. I can activate my head-up display screen, change the brightness, as well as the position and the content shown. We're going to show you how we can set the adaptive cruise control, the regular cruise control, as well as the lane keep assist in more detail on screens. In addition, I can start the navigation feature or go to settings. On the left side of the steering wheel, we can start the adaptive cruise control. We can set the speed and change it later on, as well as change the distance to the car ahead in the IC and in the head-up display. Next up, we're going to move on to the head unit. The head unit consists of a home screen, as well as several shortcuts in the bottom row. Audio contains different sources, such as AM and FM radio stations, Sirius, Bluetooth connections, 2 USB devices, as well as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Phone can be used to connect different devices, start or end phone calls, as well as write text messages and control phone settings in general. Navigation can be used to start route navigations, enter points of interest or addresses, or look at the different map material. We're going to move on to apps, where I can mirror apps by using USB or Bluetooth devices. In screens, we'll be able to take a closer look at Lincoln Way, Lincoln Play, as well as Lincoln Alexa, which is especially interesting for the rear seat entertainment. Our last feature settings includes features such as sound, clock, Bluetooth, telephone settings, or we can change the settings for lighting, as well as change the personal driver profile. Back to the home screen. We can activate the camera view in the control section. A special jam is visible when we start the car. If we press the piano-like buttons, we can change between the different gears and activate the reverse gear, neutral, the drive mode, and also the park mode. Media is located right below. In the upper part, we can control our different media sources, while the lower part takes care of the entire climate control section. The button in the center opens an additional climate control area, and I can control the climate settings in the rear seat area as well. We're going to close the climate control settings again and move further down, where we can find additional control buttons. Crucial for us, for example, the Park Assist. Visible in the head unit. We're going to go back to the control unit and on to the different drive modes. We can turn the wheel, for example, to the right, and we can then switch between the different modes in the instrument cluster. It starts off with Excite, Conserve, Normal, Normal 4x4 Auto, Slippery, Deep Condition, or the Slow Climb. For every drive mode, there's a different animation in the IC. To wrap things up, we're going to turn the engine off. We're going to open the door again and close it afterwards. We're going to take the key, lock the car, and we're done.